Good afternoon, engineered minds. I'm not going to lie. I was waiting for this session. If I tell you I was not waiting for this session, it's a lie. I've been waiting for this session since the beginning of Monday. And the truth is, as a matter of fact, like my brother has said, this month, the Science of Attraction is coming for a specific reason. There are some people who, like I said earlier, would be entering their economic power. Now, please do not be distracted by the numbers of people that are here. No, just pay attention as we ride together. You see, there are people here who will be entering new realms of their own economic power. There are people here who would be quantum leaping from where they are to where they want to be, because the universe wants to use this group of people to effect change in the nation and abroad. That is why this has come to be planted in the minds of people. So I want you to really, really pay attention as we talk about today's. I'm so excited, trust me. You will know why. You will know why very soon. But before I start, I told myself I was going to balance what I said last Saturday concerning this whole polygamist movie. Right? I talked about something about the polygamist movie. How that the movie, if you're a lady and you want to have a fruitful and a happy relationship with your husband, you're not expected to watch that movie, because that movie has a certain influence in your thoughts. And we know that our thoughts create us. Right? I said that last time. So I think the mistake I made was that I did not really balance it, because I was just looking at it from the women's perspective. That is, men should not also watch it too. In fact, if you don't have a strong mind to be able to have your own thinking, I don't think you should watch it. Wait. Do you understand? I don't think you should watch it if you don't have the mental power to be able to decipher that this is just a movie to learn from. But if you allow the movie condition you, I don't think you should watch it. Because that movie has the potency to influence your thoughts if you don't have strong mental power. So the balance here is, as far as I'll go and tell the women not to watch it, if they don't have strong mental power, I'll also go and turn to the men and say, men, do not watch it if you don't have strong mental power, because that movie has the power to influence people's thoughts, both the male and the female. Did I at least balance it to some extent? Yes. Have I been forgiven? Rama, have I been forgiven? Because the reason I brought it up was I was watching the video from last Saturday. I was watching it on Wednesday, and I heard Rama. I said, doctor did not balance it. Okay, maybe when I come today, I'll balance it. So are we in good terms now, Rama? Thank you so much. Now, for those of us that were not here from the beginning of what we've been doing, I think I will do justice trying to recap on what we've been doing. So what we're talking about in the month of July is just the science of attraction, where you have the power to attract the things that you want. You also have the power to attract the things that you don't want. Yes. So that is the concept of the science of attraction. Some of us, we are chasing rather than attracting. So this is just to bring ease to our life. There's a whole lot I would want to talk about that, but just for the sake of those persons that are just attending for the first time, so you don't miss out on what I'm about to teach. Now, I thought about frequency. Pay attention, please. I thought about frequency, how you would only attract the things you're in harmony with. You only attract the things you have the same shared frequency with. And then, last Saturday, I also mentioned that one of the things that makes up this frequency and energy are your thoughts, right? I also said something that one of the characteristics of this energy that you radiate that goes to attract things to you, good or bad, is your thoughts. So we spoke about thought energy. I believe that Father Abraham, Ambassador Father Abraham, have done justice when it comes to what we did last week, Saturday. Is that understood? So have I been able to lay a foundation for everybody? Because that is necessary for what we're about to do today. And I need you to pay very, very close attention. The reason is because you can think a thing long enough, because we've taught you thought energy. You can reconstruct your thoughts but you will still not attract it. Because we've told you now that as you think, so you are, right? I can tell you that you can think a thing long enough because you've been thinking. You can think a thing long enough, but you still not attract it. And I'll tell you why from here. And after I tell you today, I can also tell you that when you marry your thoughts with whatever I am telling you today, you will still not attract it if something is not fixed, which will be done next week, Saturday. Yes. Because I think the doctor wants us to take it gradually. If not, I would have teach this today and also merge it with what I want to teach next week. But for the sake of doctor's, instruction, I will teach this. Then even though you know this today, and you couple it with your improved thoughts, there are still chances that you might still not attract it. Then I will teach you next Saturday why, how to adjust that one. Sorry, this is not to keep anybody's time. This is just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Are we all understanding? You see, it's easy to just think a thing when you don't feel like it. I repeat, it's easy to just think a thing. Oh, I'm a great man, think it. But you don't feel like a great man. Because your thoughts, your improved thoughts, your engineered thoughts only have one power to create. What we magnet it to you is what I want to teach you now. Because your thoughts creates. Your feelings and your emotion is what act as the magnet to attract it to you. Can I tell you something? Some of you don't even feel like you deserve certain things. Some of you don't even feel like you deserve it. When people are talking about happy marriage, you don't even feel like you deserve to be happy in a marriage. How would you then attract something that you don't even feel like you deserve? Who told you you don't deserve a good life? Who have conditioned you to think that you don't deserve a good life? Oh, because they say that in this family, nobody is going to become wealthy. Now you feel like you will never amount to anything because they said. Now we're talking about thought energy. You don't even feel like you deserve the good things of life. Are you not seeing that there is a foundational work to be done within you that some of you, not all, you don't even feel like you deserve it? When you are going through your Instagram and you see a 300 million naira house, you skip. Do you know what you are doing? You're telling yourself that it's not for me. Now, for people who get money, it's not for me. You don't even feel like you deserve it. And you want to attract it. Are you see where the issue is now? They're talking about the Birkin bag of $5,000. Even though we know that you don't have the money in your account, when you see the bag, you just skip. You don't even have the belief, the feeling that you deserve these things. How then will you attract what you are not feeling, what you don't have emotion tied to it? That is the reason for this course. Becoming the magnet. And now fine man, this man say, for these fine men, they go sabi cheat. Please, in as much as to say recalibrate your thoughts, you're also telling you recalibrate your feelings. Because I will show you. Next slide, please. Let's start because of time. The Science of Attraction Part 2, we're going to be talking about touch energy, coupled with becoming the magnet, in brackets, feelings, your feelings. Somebody say your feelings. Now, I told you from last class that the raw substance of your energy is your thoughts, right? If you remember, I told you that the raw substance of your energy, what makes up this energy you are vibrating, this frequency you are radiating, what makes that energy are your thoughts and other things, right? I told you your emotions, your belief systems, your perceptions, and likewise. So we started with thought, which is the raw substance. We're going to be talking about the gravitational pull, the feelings. Now, the core principle is thought creates the blueprint, feeling supplies the magnetic gravity to attract them to you. So what the concept of this is telling you is that now we've taught you thought energy. You understand what thought energy is, that our thought have the ability to create. It can only create. It cannot be attracted to you if you don't feel like that thought you've thought about, that thinking you've thought about. See, there's a reason why we are few here. I repeat, there's a reason why we are few here. There are deep messages that are only meant for few people. So, this is very, very sacred. Next slide. Now, there is a missing link when we talk about the science of attraction. That is why this is being taught today. The missing link is that what emotional tie do you have to this thing that you want to attract? Because it's one thing to think about it. It's one thing to think from it. It's another thing to feel like that. Because in the course of this teaching, you realize that, oh, Mr. Obed, Ambassador Obed has told us to think big, to think it, right? But now you are thinking like that person, your house rent is knocking by the door. Their children's school fees to be paid. Now, how then do you now marry that feeling of scarcity? Because you know you don't have money to pay for your children's school fees. But they say we should think it. I will settle all of that today. Are we all in one accord? So, why thought energy alone is not enough? So why thought energy alone is not enough? The blueprint versus the magnet. So look at thought energy like electric charge. Look at thought energy like an electric charge. That is, when you think a thing, what you've done in the cosmic tapestry of things is that you've only created it there. To become the magnet, to attract it to you, you have to not have an emotional tie to that thing that you've just created. It's like, this is what thought energy, let me tell you how thought energy works, right? Thought energy is like recognizing that this thing now exists. That's what thought energy does. The glasses is here. You are thinking about the glasses, right? They've told us to improve our thinking. We're thinking about the glasses now. What thought energy will do is that it will not recognize the glass. That means you've created it now. What this will do for you is not just to recognize, it's now to bring it to you. I don't know if you understand that. Please, can you cancel this? Please go back to the So thought energy is the raw substance of creation. It sets the mental coordinates. However, thinking about wealth or peace while feeling poor or anxious produces zero attraction. Now, this is where the disconnect is. You can intellectualize a goal in your mind all day long, but if your heart and body are in opposition, nothing changes. Now, what is the universal law? You do not attract what you think about. You attract what you feel to be true about that thing you think about yourself. I repeat the universal law, please. You do not attract what you just think about. You attract what you feel to be true about yourself. Next slide. Now, this is the mathematics of everything. Now, watch the mathematics. The electromagnetic mechanics of attraction. Your thoughts only produces electrical charges, electrical signals in the quantum realm. plus your feelings act as a magnet, which is equals to the electromagnetic resonance of that thing you want to attract. Now, what are the components? Your thoughts. The function of your thought is to create the electric charge, like I've just said. Now, what it does is it sends the broadcast out into the quantum field, sets the direction. Now, your feeling acts as a magnetic charge. It draws the physical reality in towards you, creates the gravity. Combine both thoughts and feelings, which is combined, we have an electromagnetic field. Forms your true vibrational frequency. That is how you become a magnet. This is how you attract things. So what is the example here? I want to attract a car. When you think it, feel like you have it. Don't just think like you have it or think from. You feel from that frequency. Do you really feel like you have a car? That's the question. Do you really feel like it? Do you really feel like that business is going to be the next breakthrough for your financial uplift? Do you really feel like it? Or you've just been told to think it? Somebody say, feel it as well. Feel it as well. Turn to your next neighbor and say, feel it as well. Feel it as well. And then when you understand, there's this thing I am pushed to say. There's this thing that, I don't know, is it Nathaniel Bassey? Somebody should help me. This thing that he does, I've forgotten what you call it, that dress like a miracle. Is it Nathaniel Bassey? Yes. You see him? Hallelujah Challenge, good. You see that thing that he is doing? You see that thing that Nathaniel Bassey is doing? If you know the efficacy and the power behind that stuff he's doing, the only people that will reap the reward from what he is doing are those who do it and feel like it. It's quick to just wear a wedding dress and just go and attend, but if you don't feel like you deserve it, if you don't feel like it is for you, you have to feel like it is for you. Next slide. Okay, wait. Now, what is the key concept? Your thoughts dictate what comes. Your feeling dictates how fast and whether it even arrives. So are you understanding the mechanics to the science of attraction now? Are you understanding it? It's just so sad that this is all we'll be talking about today, feelings and emotions. This is what is going to happen in the next class. The next class will be different from this class. I will give some of you, not everybody. Should I say the word now? Let me say it. I don't care. I know doctor will not want me to say it, but thank God he's not here, but I'll say it. And please do not take it from a certain context. If your mind is engineered, you know what I'm talking about. Now let me say what I want to say. From the next class, when I teach imagination, after imagination and after paradigm, because I'll take the two of them at the same time. After I'm done with imagination and paradigm, right? What I will do is that I will give some of you some certain rituals to do. Not everybody. There's a reason why we are few here today. I will give some of you certain rituals to do. And everything that would involve this ritual is what we've been teaching from the beginning till next Saturday. Then even though I'll come out and tell you that some of these things does not happen one day, with that ritual, it will be as fast and as quick as possible. Nobody has 2-3 years to be waiting, right? I'll give you a 14 days ritual practice on these things I'm teaching. It's not far from what I'm saying. Then you will see, and some of you will come and be telling me, sir, don't worry. You will know how these things work. You see, the reason why I'm so particular about this teaching is because I was forced to study it. And not just study it, I was forced to practice it. And then you'd realize that that one thing you've always wanted will come to you with ease, coupled with work, because you will still have to put in what? effort. We're together now, right? We're together. We're together. Now, next slide. Now, look at what I'm saying. We'll still come back to this doctor slide. We'll always come back. Frequency. Because remember I said something that the goal of this teaching is what? Frequency upgrade. That is, if you are here, you want to upgrade your frequency to here so you can attract what is here, right? And I told you from last Saturday that to get what is here, you now have to start thinking from here. But in today's class, I'm telling you that even while I told you last Saturday to think from here, you have to start feeling from here. So this is the example now. You're a real estate guy. You're into real estate. You sell properties and make commissions out of properties. And the most amount you've ever gotten from a commission is 5 million. And say, for example, say you are here now. Now, you want to start operating in the 1% of the 1% of the real estate guys and the real estate gurus that are here. Those guys that make commissions in billions. For example, in as much as I'm telling you to think like a real estate guy, I'm also telling you that you should feel like that guy. So what the feeling will do to you is that it will up and upgrade your frequency to start acting and behaving like this guy. That is, as a real estate guy who bags a 5 million naira deal from a commission, when you meet people that are here, there's a way you not act. Because this feeling is there. To give you a clear example. One day, I and Doctor went to Banex to buy a phone, and then this real estate guy, he came. You know, he came and he said, oh, we have... The moment I just saw him, you can tell the energy is written. It's like he's begging to sell a property. When you are functioning from here, you don't beg. The clients beg you. When you're functioning from here, you don't beg. Oh, I beg, come and buy land now. Hey. Why you are functioning from here? You are functioning from the 1% of the 1%. Do you know what it means? It means that anybody that wants to buy property here reaches out to you. Anybody that wants to sell property reaches out to you from here. That is, you can tell a man who has the ability to close deals. You can tell it. So when the guy came, he said, sir, I have a property that is this. Doctor just looked at him. He said, even if I have the money now to pay for this property, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give it to you. But there will be this guy that when you see him, you'll be like, please, I hope the property is genuine. Please, I want to make payments today. I know that there are people's I say he wants to buy. Please, I want to buy today. Where can I buy? They will be begging you to buy. Now, from this realm, you don't act as the needy, you act as the needed. Why? Because you are functioning from here with your thinking and your feeling. You now feel like that real estate guy that can close any deal. It shows in your attitude, it shows in your dressing, it shows with the way you communicate, and it shows in your confidence. From here, you are begging to sell. From here, they are begging you. Do you understand? I want to give you a clear story. And this story was the most embarrassing thing that happened to me early last year. I had the opportunity to meet with some real estate guys in Transcorp. And somehow, I went very late for that meeting. And I think there was a reason I went very late. Now I understood afterwards. So there were 3 ladies who came from Dubai. So they were marketing properties. Watch this. They were marketing properties to guys in Abuja and Lagos and Port Harcourt. So they flew to Lagos. They did their real estate event in Lagos, and they came to Abuja to do the event in Abuja at Transcorp. So I went there. I went very late. And then I went to the hall. Everybody, they've all gone. So I came very late. I just sat down. And the lady saw me, and she said, has anyone attended to you? I said, no, I'm just coming. She was like, okay, please just give me a minute. And when she was done, she came to me, and she was talking to me, you know. There was a comment she made that made me feel bad. She said, even though I know that you don't have the capability to buy the property now, I will still tell you about it. Because she saw how inquisitive I was. So she was taking her time to tell me about the property. Oh, we have property in Palm Jumeirah. This property costs $100 million. I'm not going to lie, if you see buildings. And watch this, while she was taking her time to educate me on the property, telling me the return on investment, blah, 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 a couple just walked in. She left me immediately. Watch this. Do you think that these people don't read energy? They know. She saw, when the couple walked in, even me, I know that their energy is different. When she saw them, she just said, she left me and she told her junior colleague to come attend to me. A junior colleague carried a big head and was coming to me. Do you know what that means? It means that I've not gotten to that financial thermostat to buy properties of $100 million. But the moment the couple walked in, she could tell it's an energy irradiates. She doesn't even know to see what is in my bank account. That is the same way as a real estate agent. When you're going to tell a property of $5 billion, the person is just looking at you. This one is not even serious. You think they don't know? You think they don't know? You think it doesn't ooze out from you? I felt really bad. And when the girl with that big head came, sorry girl, when she came, she was telling me, this. I just loosened the conversation because somehow they've just told me the truth. The truth is that I don't have that financial frequency to buy properties in $100 million. So what I did, I just felt irritated. And of course, I'm a man with my ego. I just zoomed off. I left the place. But I shared number with the girl. But my point in all of this is that when you want to attract what is here, you want to be that guy, that woman, in any field, financially, maritally, whatever it is, to scale from here to here, you have to start functioning. That is, you have to start thinking like you are here and feeling that you deserve to be here. You go for an event. The front row is reserved for VIPs, and you are going to sit down in the VIP section. The usher will just tell you, sorry, sir. Please, go to this side. And then there's somebody who is not even an VIP, but he comes. They are being careful to tell him to go to the back because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Because of the aura and the energy the person commands. Because you don't want to offend who is who. Sir, please, sir, sorry to disturb you. In the back account to start radiating it. Because in your quest for frequency upgrade, right, the energy is gradually coming out from you. People will start to feel it. That with time, you would attract it and it becomes physical. I hope I'm not hurting anybody's feelings. Are you sure? I feel like I'm hurting somebody's feelings. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just passing the message. I'm feeling like we should do the ritual today. We should start the rituals today. I feel like we should do it, and I'll tell you what to do. But I need to teach imagination first because the ritual involves imagination too. So it's a 14 days ritual. And these rituals, you do it when you're about to go to bed. You will not do it at your place of work when your brain is hyperactive, though. You will do it at that point where you want to go to sleep. That is when you do the ritual. The ritual is just 5, 7, 10 minutes ritual. You do it for 14 days. And when the 14th day comes, you don't do the ritual again. In fact, you forget about everything I tell you. Allow the universe to do its thing. Because the reason why I'm not going to do that now, because I need to teach you imagination first. Because I will teach you the thoughts, feelings, imagination, and then action. Thought, feelings, imagination, and then action. When you add everything together and you do that before you sleep, before you drift to bed, you see what I'm talking about? So we use finances as an example, but it applies to all areas of life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? We use finances as an exemplar just to, narrate some certain things, but it applies to, or it cut across all areas of life. Somebody say frequency upgrade. All right, night has come to my mind. It's not part of this teaching, but I will just tell you something. It's not part of today's teaching, but I'll just tell you. I was supposed to say it at the beginning, but I forgot, but it just came to my mind now. Let me teach you something. Now, are we understanding? I want to believe we are all magnets already. I want to believe right now. I see everybody as a magnet right now. Now, as a magnet, this is what you should know. This thing I fumbled many times. And I don't want you people to repeat the same thing I faced. That's why I want to teach people this thing. Now, watch this. Say you are here. Let's say here is 100K. You're in the 100K frequency. For example, watch this. Now, you want to now enter this frequency. Watch this. And we've been telling you to think, feel, imagine, and all these things we'll be telling you about science of attraction. Watch this. Now that you're a magnet, your frequency increases to match here. Now, remember that before you get here, there will be signs. Things will start to go to the opposite. I told you this before, right? I told this before now. Things will start to go the opposite. You start to lose some friends and gain some friends. People will start to speak in rooms. These are signs. When you are done experiencing all these signs and you get here, this is what happens. When you get here, you're only being introduced here. You've not been made to stay here. This is the mistake I made. Because when you are introduced to this new frequency, the frequency here identifies you as a newcomer. What it does is that it starts giving you everything. You start extracting everything here because you are the new guy here. But this is just like putting sugar in your mouth. At the end of the day, if you don't handle it, you purge. Because I purged. Watch this. Now, when you are here, because you are new to this frequency, the universe starts giving you everything associated to this new frequency. Now, the mistake you will make is to get comfortable and feel like you've arrived. The moment you get comfortable, and you that was earning 100K before, you are now seeing money in millions, you now feel like you've arrived. When they call you for contract, you'll be like, I don't feel like going out today. I beg, no worry, because you feel like you've arrived. So the universe will look at you, small money where you touch, you don't change, you are not feeling relaxed. This is what happens to many young guys today. That is, when they get to this new frequency, because it is new to them, they want to shame poverty now. So they start enjoying money, lavishing money, throwing money away, spending unnecessarily. What you are doing is that you are telling the universe that you are not meant to be here. So if you are not careful, you lose here, and you go down again. That is why you see there's the rising and falling of some people's finances. Because they make money, they get too comfortable, too relaxed, and they feel like they've arrived. Your goal is to keep going up, not to remain here. You that used to call people for, hey, please, sir, are you coming to buy the property? Because now you've now started seeing small money, you become too relaxed. You don't call again. The enthusiasm, the drive dies down. You feel like you've made money in life. You feel like you've arrived. Sometimes some people go as far as talking to other people anyhow because they've tested the new frequency. They'll be like, oh, we thought that we just wanted, you're just introduced here. You're not here, permanent here. So, watch this, everybody. A big mistake I made. Because when I got to a certain level, I felt like I've arrived. I was spending money unnecessarily. Buying researches that I was not supposed to buy. Now, watch this. Now you've gotten to the new frequency. What you should do is that when money starts entering your account and you start enjoying the good things of this particular frequency, you can scale even higher if you maintain yourself. So when you start enjoying what is here, you're getting contracts, you're bagging deals, clients are calling you up and down, profits just seem to be coming left, right, and center. Don't be in a hurry to feel like I have arrived now, I don't be big man now. No, still be doing your job, still be closing deals, still be picking people's call. If they call you for a meeting, still go there, still be working as though you are here, even though you are enjoying what is here. Then what that does to you is that you've now signed your name here. They'll be like, okay, like this guy is sharp. It's time to upgrade him. You would move faster when you maintain. That's why you see some people. That's why I love Igbo guys. Igbo guys, when they start seeing money, they don't show it like that. Some of them show. They just relax. Accumulate as much as you can accumulate. Because At this stage of your introduction to the new frequency, there's something called the steady flow state. In that steady flow state, things will just be working like magic. You'll be getting deals back to back because you're introduced to the new frequency. So what your job is to maintain the steady flow state as long as you can. Because if you can maintain for a long period of time, you will easily move here. When you move here and you start enjoying what is here, don't feel like you've arrived yet. This is how you scale in frequency so fast that people will marvel how you're able to do it. Because you got to this new frequency in millions, right? Now you've attained millions, you're now entering tens of millions. And tens of millions is here. But here you've already gotten tens of millions. You skip this place, you go to here, tens of millions. But the moment you start enjoying here and you feel relaxed, or more, my first 10, 20 million naira, my first 30 million naira, then you are quick to start enjoying it. It's okay to enjoy. It's okay to show a little bit of, swag. We've arrived, millionaire vibe. It's okay. But the mistake I made, I don't want a lot of people to make, because I've made a lot of silly mistakes, is that when you get to the new frequency, do not be too quick. Maintain that stance. Maintain it. Enjoy the flow state, the energetic flow state, as much as you can. That is where your logic plays in terms of money. Because at the expense of making money, there's something called managing money. It's called the 3 M's of money. So when you manage money, to get to a point where you will live for management to multiplying. So when you are here, you are making money, you start managing the money you are making. You don't trade anyhow. You don't go to clubs and pop bottles. No. Because for me, at some point, I was popping bottles every weekend, every Fridays. I was enjoying. I was among those guys in Benin then that when you hit some certain milestone, you go to the club and you pour champagne and all drinks in your wristwatch. I was that guy. I'm a flamboyant guy. You understand? I was that guy. I'm not going to lie. I have videos I can show you. I was that guy that when you hit a certain milestone, who enter club now? You go to club every weekend, you burn the money, and then the frequency, the universe will be like, this guy is not even serious. We just introduced you here, and then you are showing that you've arrived. Go back. Then you lose everything. Then you start again, increasing your frequency. So that up and down will change if you understand what I've just explained. So if you know anybody who's experiencing up and down, come, let me explain this thing to them. So when I understood this, for somehow, it was already late, in a way. But I looked for a way to it. Now, I'm telling you, right now, I pay attention to securing assets rather than just spending liquid cash. Right now. And right now, I think I'm living a very... See, progress should have an idea. Back then in Benin, when you see somebody in an Agbabola, club, bottles, I'm that guy that when I go to the club, I pull my shirts and I just start throwing money. I was that guy. But little did I know that I was actually shooting myself in the leg. Because the truth is, you have to prove to the universe that you are meant to be here. So when you get here and you start enjoying the steady flow state, maintain it, reap the reward as much as you can. It will enable you scale up faster. Is that understood? Sorry for bringing that up. I just wanted to treat that. Please, a round of applause for yourselves. Round for yourselves. Next slide. Now, we've said this multiple times, and the reason I bring all of these things, the reason I always try to attach both the Christian book and the Holy Book, or Holy Quran, and also other books, is to let you know that we have multiple religions here. Right? So we draw out information from different books so that we can explain to everybody and everybody understand. That is why we draw out insights from both the Christian book, the Holy Quran, the Dharma Panda book, and even sometimes we study different spiritual books too. But I don't think for the cause of this class that we need to do that. So what does the Christian scripture say is the law of believing and embodiment. Therefore I said unto you, what things soever ye desire, ye pray, ye believe that they've received them and they shall have them. The belief also has to do with that the feeling that you already have it. That is Mark 11:12. Mind engineering insight. Now this is what we are saying. Jesus does not say think that you will get them in the future. He commands that you feel the state of already having received them in the present. The feeling of present possession is the magnet.
Acting on it.
Present. Acting on it today. Now, what does the Holy Quran say? The law of internal state transformation. We've said this multiple times. In this, Allah will not change the condition of the people until they change what is within themselves. In this context now, it is both your thoughts and your feelings. So what does the Mind Engineering Insight say? What is within refers to the core emotional state of the soul. God's law states that the external reality is locked until the internal felt the experience, until your internal felt experience shift first. So what does the Dharmapanda book say? The law of mind and emotional resonance. Mind precedes all mental states. Mind is their chief. They are all mind-made. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows him like a shadow that never leaves. The Dharmapanda 1, chapter 1, verses 1 to 2. Now, what is Mind Engineering Insight saying about this? Your reality follows your internal state, just as automatically as a shadow follows a body. If your emotional state is pure and grounded in abundance, attraction is inevitable. So I want to ask you a question now. Using finance as the core example of our teaching, do you feel wealthy? I want to ask you, read your energy right now. Do you see wealthy people as them, or you see it as you? Because while we were talking about the deep thinking session, I noticed the energy in this room. Some of you were like, oh, wealthy people. You did not even appellate it to yourself. You said that the work that needs to be done is internal. That is, you are making it wealthy people. Oh, so you not join them. I was just reading the room. I'm like, these people have not still gotten what we've been teaching. It is only a few people who tagged along and say, we are the people that they are talking about in this deep thinking session. That is, you've separated yourself and made it a damn thing. Not even you. That means everything I've been saying since is jargons. God forbid, it's not jargons. My people are understanding this thing like never before. Please, universe, let them understand. That is, when they are talking about wealthy people, you should include yourself there. You should think from there. You should feel like the person. You see, as crazy as these teachings may be, some persons are getting it. Some persons' minds are being engineered gradually. The seed has been sown in their minds, and they are gradually watering it. They know themselves. They know themselves. They know themselves. So you don't even feel like, So you don't even feel like that position belongs to you. Okay? And those who they go register their name, they go register their name. Are you serious? Okay, they are enlisting people for some high political positions, for example, or some, organization positions. You don't even feel like you deserve to be there. And maybe they go now. What happened to you? And you say you want to attract what is here in that frequency. See, you have to personally make it a you thing from today henceforth. You want that good wife, you deserve that good wife. You want that good husband, you deserve that good husband. You want that position, yes, I'm telling you, you deserve it. I don't care what your village people have told you. I don't care. You deserve it. Turn to your neighbor and say, I deserve it.
I deserve it.
So while I was preparing this material, there was one thing that was just ringing in my mind while I was preparing this material. Because when doctor asked me to prepare material like this, I try to focus on my innate intelligence because it helps me know what to treat. So while I was preparing this material, something just kept ringing in my mind. I said, make them believe that they deserve it. Make them believe that they deserve it. Some of them don't believe that they deserve it. Some of them don't believe that that future belongs to them. Make them, your goal is to make them believe that they deserve it. Now, who told you that you don't deserve it? Who has conditioned your mind that you don't deserve it? Why does it feel like it is for them, not for you? Why? Why? Why do you feel like it's for them and not for you? Who told you? Who has lied to you? Sometimes this thing comes as a form of spoken words. In this family, did they marry at age 40 or at 50? In this family, they need a quick. Who lied? Who has the power to lie to you to that extent that your body, soul, and spirit believes it so much that it becomes you? Somebody say never again.
Never again.
See, because of this, when I start teaching paradigm, you will understand that some of the things we're experiencing, that you learnt it when I start teaching paradigm. Now, if you've coupled your thoughts and your feelings together, as well as the imagination I will teach you, and if you are still not attracting those things, it's your paradigm we will not need to fix. We'll not fix your paradigm. Then by the time we break those paradigms, those limiting beliefs, by the time we break those paradigms, because the truth is, they can say something to you and that you embody it. You believe that that is you, and it becomes your personality. Wrong. And in this family, would they beat woman, or if woman talk anyhow, we go beat them. We don't take nonsense from women. We don't take, if they talk, nah. We will calibrate. See, those things are poisonous words that linger to your thoughts, and then you embody it. I know of a friend who that is the case for him. That it took time before it was adjusted. It took time. And as a man, you say, I did beat my wife. Somebody say error. Who influenced your thinking and your thoughts? There's a way you can tame a lady, she would respect you without laying a finger. There's a way you can communicate with a lady, she would adjust without raising your hand. Some of all of these habits and actions we possess were thoughts that was sown in our hearts when we were young. Then we live up acting like that. You are not confident enough. Somebody insulted you while you were young, that somehow that insult got to your emotional state and it made you timid. Now you are scared, you are shy, there is no confidence, that your confidence level is no longer there. A paradigm was created in you through several means that now you've embodied that personality and you're wondering where the issue is. Somebody say, we would break paradigm. Say, we would break paradigms. Then you will realize that all of these issues are a thing of the mind. When we talk about the battlefield of the mind, see, the series is long, don't worry, my brothers and sisters. We are here together, eh? Next slide. Now, how more, if I had known that this slide would come up, I shouldn't have been wasting time since. Okay, the challenge now is managing low vibrational days. What happens when you don't feel it? Oh, Mr. Obed have said we should start feeling it. What happens when our landlord comes and says your house rent is expiring in 2 days? That scarcity mindset comes again. That scarcity thoughts. You have been building your thoughts to this level, then they just show you that if you don't pay this money right now, you will lose the chance to write this promotional examination, for example, and then you don't have that money. Then you that have been feeling, oh, I'm a big man, I'm feeling this, it reduces your vibrational level. What are you going to do if this happens? Because those days will come. That even as much as we're talking about feeling abundant, that days you still feel scarcity. So what would you now do if those days come? That's what I'm talking about here. And I want to show you one technique that works. I want to share you with this. I want to share you one thing that always works. It always works. It always works. You see, there are certain feelings. Now watch this. There are certain feelings that raises your vibration very fast, that increases your frequency very fast. And it is with that feeling you can use to combat those days you don't feel abundant. It's not as easy as I'm saying it, but with practice, you will be able to attain that. Now, what is this feeling? Somebody say the feeling of gratitude. If you follow my status very well, there's something I always post that gratitude is the cheat code. Gratitude is that one emotion and is that one feeling to raise your vibration very fast. That is, when you have bills to pay and you're feeling down, you're feeling sad, you're feeling scarcity, right? This is what you should do. Thank God they taught emotional intelligence before now. Pause, take a deep breath, and remember the things that you should be grateful for. Because there are things you are grateful for. Some people, they wish that they were awake. They are alive. Some people will give the entire money they have ever made just to stay alive. There are people who are extremely wealthy that they are praying that they rather give it's better for them to leave their wealth for them to gain their health. So you that have health, there's something to be grateful for. So when the feeling of feeling downcast, you feel scarcity, for example, sit back, look around, look at your beautiful siblings, look at your mom, there are things, what I'm saying is that there are things to be grateful for. Because you need to be in the feeling of gratitude to overcome those days. It is that feeling of gratitude that you quickly shift your vibration. So for example, your wife is coming to tell you, oh, there is no food in the house. For example, instead of you to start feeling bad, yes, I know you feel bad. Now, like I said, it's not as easy as I'm saying it. It's not as easy as I'm saying it. I'm not trying to make it easy. You now have to put yourself in that position where you will decipher both emotions and try to embrace the feeling of gratitude. The first feeling of gratitude you should embrace is that I am alive, if at all. When there's life, there's hope. I'm telling you, if you can genuinely pinpoint the things you are grateful for, and you are genuinely grateful for that thing, you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency. Somebody say gratitude. Because those days will come when you don't feel like it. You don't feel confident. One of the ways to combat that is to acknowledge that this is a feeling, not me. Then when you acknowledge that this is a feeling, you couple it with gratitude. Now let's read. The reality of being a human being, what happens on days when you wake up feeling scarcity, fear, or heavy fatigue? Now, what is the trap? Panicking over bad things causes your frequency to even drop further. That's why I'm teaching this. Because when those days come, you have to try as much as possible to maintain that high vibration that you are currently vibrating in, right? So panicking over bad days causes your frequency to drop further because you begin feeling anxiety about your anxiety. Now, what is the solution? Emotional calibration. Acknowledge without identification. Acknowledge the feeling without taking it as your identity. I am feeling fear versus I'm fearful are two different things. So what you will do is that you will acknowledge that this is only me feeling like this way. It doesn't make me this. Now, watch. Shift through neutrality. You cannot jump instantly from deep despair to escalate to joy. You are sad, then all of a sudden you are not happy. That's what Mr. Obe taught you. No, that's not what I'm teaching you now. And they've taught us to quickly shift our vibration. Okay, I'm sad. How do I? No, that's not what I'm saying. You cannot jump instantly from deep despair to ecstatic joy. Move from resistance to acceptance. Accept that this is a feeling. Accept it. Yes, I'm feeling bad right now. Truly, I don't really get the money. True. Right? Then to neutral. Then back to gratitude. Are you seeing the formula now? So you accept the feeling. Okay, yes, it's true. I'm feeling this way. But you don't identify yourself to that feeling. I'm feeling poor right now. Oh, I'm just feeling broke right now. But I'm not poor. Do you understand? So what you would do is you would acknowledge the feeling. Then when you acknowledge the feeling and you accept the feeling, it moves you to a neutral standpoint. Oh man, okay, true, I don't really get. Then back to gratitude. Then you now appreciate for the things you have and the things you had. That is, you can look for things to pinpoint to be grateful for. Now, action overrides emotion. perform higher frequency actions even when the body feels heavy. This physical movement forces the emotion to flow. So what? Yes. So when you move to a neutral state and you have a state of gratitude, do something that will make you hyper again. Do something that will go and watch comedy. Put yourself in places where you feel more energized to shift from that sad feeling to a happy feeling. This is how you shift your vibration. It's not an automatic thing. Oh yeah, feel sad, boom, feel happy, boom. No. Now look at it. This is a low vibrational state. Now, to move from here to here, one of the things we just said is to feel, accept it. To acknowledge that I'm feeling sad right now. It's true, I'm feeling sad. Now, when you accept that you're feeling sad, without embodying that personality, you come to a state of being neutral. Then from there, with gratitude, you shift from low vibration to high vibration. So now with this, you cannot maintain that higher vibrational frequency. Are we understanding what I'm saying? Do we get it? Next slide. Boy. So this is the last slide. Now look at this image here. You think about these things. This is how I round up. When you think about these things and you don't feel like you deserve them, you don't feel like you have them, you don't feel like you're enjoying them now, you would cease to be a magnet. So the thought is just one part. The feeling, if you look at it, is even showing bigger here, right? If you look at the thought here, this is him thinking about these things, right? In your quest of thinking about these things, you have to emotionally start feeling like you already have it, like you deserve it, like you own it, that is for you. That is how you become the magnet. Is that understood? Is that understood? So the 3-step protocol, embody the state first. Stop waiting for the money to feel secure. Feel secure now, and then the money must follow the feeling. Use gratitude as a frequency multiplier. I just said this, right? Gratitude is the ultimate. See, this thing I'm telling you, just go and research it. The vibrational energy of gratitude. Just go and check it. Gratitude is the ultimate emotional signal that something has already happened. It flips your body's magnetic field instantly from lack to abundance. Somebody say gratitude. Gratitude. Now, number 3, align your thoughts and feelings. This is what I want you to do. If you can, if Doctor will permit me, I'll teach you people sound vibration. I'll teach you people, if Doctor will permit me, I'll teach you people sound vibration. That there are some sound you will listen to that will increase your frequency. Yes. You can go and Google. Should I tell them now? No. Let me tell you something, right? Let me do you a practical exercise you should do now. This is the practice exercise I want you to do. Before you sleep tonight, I want you to think about something that you want. Before you sleep, spend time thinking about it. When you spend time thinking about it, spend time feeling like it is yours. So I don't know what you want. Spend time thinking about it. Spend time thinking that it is yours. Do that for like 5, 7, 10 minutes before you go to bed. So the goal of this entire teaching is to increase your vibration, is to increase your frequency, right? So there are multiple things that you can do to increase your frequency. One of which I just told you, your feelings, gratitude, your thoughts increases your frequency. Sound too increases your frequency. There are so many. Then before I give you... But are we understanding this? I hope this is a very, very educational class today. Sorry to bore you with too many long talk. I knew that today was going to be like this, but I was excited for it regardless. I was really, really excited for it. Now, next slide. Okay, this is the last. So, I have a lot of work to do this coming week because next week, I will teach the concepts of imagination. When I'm done with the concept of imagination next week, then we would touch paradigm. Then upper week, we'll deal on paradigm proper. Then with that, you will now know. See, with a paradigm shift, it is easier to attract the paradigm shift. It is easier. How do you want to have a blissful marriage, a blissful relationship? You want to get married as a man or as a woman, but you already see the gender as your enemy. Do you understand what I'm saying? You want to attract a man, you want to attract a woman, for example, but you're already seeing them as your enemy because you've been sold a certain philosophy about the other gender. That creates a paradigm. Then you cannot attract that man because you already have an existing paradigm. So to attract that man, we'll first deal with the paradigm that created that wall. When we break the wall, it will be easier to attract. God, you know, when I posted a video on my status, somebody asked me a very, very important question. I think I want to bring this question here today. No, he did not ask me. I think he saw it on my status, and when we met, he asked me a very important question. He said, are these people you are teaching these things, are they really understanding these things? Because what you are teaching is beyond just things you can find in mere books. This is more related to astrology and all of this deep knowledge. So he was asking, are these people really understanding this? Because it takes a mind who has a certain understanding to be able to get what I'm saying. So I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself. Am I really talking to myself? You're sure? But okay. I am praying that you guys are really getting it, and I'm not sounding like I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. How many of us have started attracting things? Me? How many of us have started attracting things?